Hey there, it's Monday, week 2, which is all about gear. In this episode, it's all about basic sound and audio for filmmakers jam-packed with crappy sound, distance rules, busting the 50% rule, garbage audio, bouncy sound, uncontrollable noise, controllable noise, electronic devices, microphones, in-camera mics, audio recorders, singer mics, shotgun mics, lapel mics, wireless systems, lazy filmmaking, a 20-second sync session, sound sweetening, and more. Links to each are in the description below. Gotta do some disclaimers. If you're looking for an epic comparison review of all mics, wrong video. If you're looking for big technical audio words to confuse most people, wrong video. If you're looking to get good sound of someone talking on camera, right video. The mics I cover are most common to subscribers watching this channel. Pulled my personal mics out, didn't realize most were Rode. So, I'm not employed by, don't get paid by, blah blah blah. I still think they should be a sponsor. Hey Rode dudes, this is where I would insert a sick commercial for y'all. Mates, crappy sound. Everyone's guilty of at least one crappy sounding video like this.
Are you looking for 5-star ratings for your Facebook page? Now you can order it on eBay.
You video spam me, lady, so I'm using it. Like our lady spammer disregarding sound looks amateur. You may be an amateur, doesn't mean you have to make crappy videos. Here's some things you can do right now to get better sound. Distance. Do not record anyone further with the mic more than 3 feet or 1 meter. Preferably the mic is closer, like 8 inches or 20 meters. Ready to record someone talking? Mic further than 3 feet or 1 meter? Then stop and fix it. This tip will dramatically increase your sound with the gear you have. 50% rule? Busted. You've heard this, 50% of the video, 50% is the sound. In theory, that's true. When someone is talking, false. Sure, you can't see me well, but at least you can hear me. Garbage in equals garbage. If you shoot crappy video, it's almost impossible to fix, which is why you don't shoot crappy video. If you record crappy audio, it's even harder to fix. So don't blow sound off and record crappy audio. Bouncy sound. Sound travels and bounces all over the place. That's its job, so put something in the room to suck up the sound. Hard floor, drop a rug down. Get some scrap carpet or a blanket and hang it on a wall or a light stand. If you want it to look good, get some acoustic panels like these. No need to overdo it, even a little bit can help. Uncontrollable noise. You don't live in a vacuum, so there's noise, but unwanted noise is bad. Use headphones and listen. Maybe it's a lawnmower, construction, whatever. If you can't control it, wait until it goes away, move to another location, or don't worry about it. Or point it out to the viewer. This is the lens cap. Hey, I hope the sounds don't bother you, my wacky neighbors trying to build a spaceship or something. Anyway, this is a lens cap. Controllable noise. But you can control things like air conditioning refrigerators, people talking loudly, or people microwaving stuff. The problem is not the sound, it's that it turns on, then off, then on, then off. It's very distracting. Again, use headphones and listen. Turn the AC off or the refrigerator off. Place a note to remind you to turn them back on. If there are other people around, hang some signs. And don't forget to take them down when you're done. You know that whole boy who cried wolf thing, right? Electronic devices. Phones are especially bad. Text messages dings and phones ringing suck, but you can do a retake. The worst is the sound you can hear. You're done shooting and halfway through the editing, you hear. Turn them off, or at least airplane mode them. Microphones. The mics commonly used in videos are crappy in-camera mics, audio recorders with built-in microphones, a stage mic, like you've seen used by singers, shotgun mics, the most popular amongst the video crowd, lapel mics, which attach to a person, in-camera mics. Please don't do this. It is the worst sound you can get, other than no sound. There's 2 things in a video or film, the video and the sound. You spent $1,000 more on camera gear and goodies for your video, so quit cheaping out and spend some money on sound gear. Or not, but don't come whining to me. No one watches my videos. I don't understand. I make a bunch of them, and I have a $3,000 camera, and I think it looks awesome. I don't get it. In-camera mic tips. The only time I see in-camera sound work is behind the scenes footage or something. Person behind the camera is talking and close to the camera. Let's do some behind the scenes Q&A. You're me. I know. So what cameras do you use? Seriously, you're me. Yeah, what's the problem? Did I mention you're me? There's nothing wrong with using audio recorders as mics. The Zoom H1 is about $89, the H4n is about $200. Tascam makes similar models and work just as good. The minimum I will get is the H41 or equivalent Tascam. They're better built, won't fall apart, could be used with higher end mics. You can get pricier models, but I wouldn't do anything cheaper. I haven't used other recorders for this channel other than ones I've shown you. They fit my needs, so that's that. I don't need to look elsewhere. Not a gear junkie. You can mount them on a boom pole like a shotgun mic. Here I've mentioned that cheap H1 on a boom stand and pointed it at my mouth just out of frame up here, like a shotgun mic. Here, let me show you. It's just sitting up there just like a normal mic. And please don't do this. Put it on top of your camera, then walk away and come over here and start recording, where it's gonna sound almost as bad as the in-camera sound. 3 feet, man, 3 feet. It took me a bit to dial in my sound, getting proper levels and all that. Figure your own best practice, as every mic and room is different. If you're curious, I set my recorders to wave 96 kilohertz and make sure the audio gain is off. Get my input levels around -12 on these meters. Singer mics. Some people will cringe at me calling this a singer mic, but I don't want to get into technical words that you don't know, so I'm calling it a singer mic. Get over it. This is a Shure SM58, a popular musician and singer mic since 1966. It's about $130 with a boom stand and cable, and it's built like a brick. Remember the $200 recorder? Glad you got it. That handles the industry standard XLR connection which this mic has. Simply plug one end in the mic, the other in the new recorder. This can be used handheld, the same as a recorder. You can also rig this up to a boom pole. It's most commonly mounted on a mic stand like this. For filmmaking purposes, you can boom it up out of frame like this. Don't forget the 3-foot rule. With these mics especially, they should be close to the mouth. Shotgun mics. Shotgun mics are by far the most popular amongst the video crowd. Shotgun mics pick up most of the sound from where they are pointed, like my mouth. Here's a $150 Rode video mic, but I prefer the $229 compact version. It just sounds better. See this little gizmo here on the bottom? That's how you can mount it on top of your camera and plug it into your camera's jack. And I'm going to say this again. Mounting this on top of your camera, plugging it into your camera's crappy sound electronics, and walking away, recording your sound, is not cool. It won't sound good. Since you're not going to do that, this little plug will also jack into your shiny new audio recorder. The reason I don't like these is because they're plastic and they tend to break, so get something that sounds better and will last, like metal. The cheapest I would go is the NTG2 or equivalent. It's a workhorse used by a ton of video makers. Runs about $220 and uses XLR cables. My favorite shotgun mic by far is the NTG3, whopping $700. Best mic for me under $1,500. It has great sound, it's built like a tank. There are better shotgun mics like the Shure CMIT5U, but usually out of the price range of most filmmakers watching this channel, and frankly, I like my NTG3 better. I'll say this again. You might have noticed everything shown is from Rode, think I get paid or sponsored by them. I do not. I like their microphones, the build quality, and a 10-year warranty doesn't hurt. Best value for the money, NTG2, NTG4, NTG3, or something equivalent from someone else like Sennheiser, Schoeps, or Shure. And once I had the NTG3, I was done. So you're not going to see me doing shotgun mic comparisons unless Sennheiser, Schoeps, or Shure sends me an equivalent mic. Personal use, I bought the full package at $1,000. It's a lot of coin, but it includes everything needed for great sound. The NTG3 mic, an aluminum padded hard case you can run over with a tank, an XLR cable, a Pro boom pole with an XLR cable running through the pole, which is very important so the cable isn't hitting or scraping on the pole and ruining your sound, a furry wind cover for the mic, an excellent shock mount system, and a $300 blimp with wind cover. Blimps are pro-level gear and the #1 way to cut noise and sound and wind. I'll show you how effective these could be in a later episode. These little furry things are called dead cats. On blimps, these larger furry wind things are called dead wombats. On-camera shotgun mic. Now I've said mounting mics on top of your camera is a big no-no. In fact, it's lazy filmmaking. There's one case where this is legit. When you're doing documentary or news style shooting, capturing live action. No one's going to stop so you can set up mics. Usually, they use camcorders, which don't have the crappy DSLR sound. More importantly, when they record someone talking, the camera is in the person's face, which means the mic is less than 3 feet from the person.
Time that stretch you've been wanting.
Lapel mics, lapel or lav mics are a great option if you don't have crappy ones. They follow our golden rule. They keep the mic as close to your mouth as you can. You can do all sorts of things with these, but their basic use is attach it on top or under the clothes right about here, plug it into a recorder, attach the recorder to a person, hit record, and away you go. Right now I'm using a Rode Lapel Mic, about $200. It comes with all sorts of goodies into the cheapo H1. It's a great lapel mic, but I would suggest the more professional Countryman lapel mics, which have been around for a while and used in film and commercials. Cool thing about lapel mics is watch this. No matter where I move, no matter what happens, I don't have to deal with the fact that the sound goes out. Shotgun mic, that would not work with. With a lapel mic, I could walk anywhere and do anything, and I'm still recording my voice. Cool, huh? You can cheap out on these wireless systems, and I promise you, you're going to be dealing with sound cutting out interference issues, noisy mic systems, battery failures, and the things fall apart. Until recently, the cheapest I would suggest is the Seinhauer systems at $600 to $800. The others were way out of the price range of most people watching this channel. But recently, Rode, I know what can I say, I honestly didn't know they were doing this. They came up with a really nice wireless system under $400. That's really cheap for a good wireless system, and it really works. It's way easier to use than the Sennheiser. Curtis Judge, you should subscribe to his channel, has done an in-depth review of that system, and you can check it out if you're into those deep details. Once you have the batteries and everything linked up, it's really easy to use. You put the receiver unit over by your camera and turn it on, and plug it into your recorder. And after all we talked about, don't tell me you're going to plug this into your camera. Put the lapel mic on right about here, you plug it into a transmitter pack, you turn it on, you mount the pack to the actor, and you're good to go. I'm using that system. Here is the transmitter pack. It's working great. Here's the lapel mic right here. The receiver's over on the other end, and it's going into my H4n. If you have a lapel and a shotgun mic, you can record both at the same time with your new fancy schmancy recorder. That gives you a backup in case something happens to one of the mics or the signals. Sometimes using both the lapel and the shotgun tracks together is a cheap way of sweetening your sound. With either system, the main thing to do is test, listen, and watch out for clothing noise. Mic summary. No matter what mic or manufacturer or model you choose, stay away from the lower end looks like a good deal mics. You won't be happy trying to make these sound good or when you have one fail. All of these can be used for just miking a person. You can place them on stages, hidden between people in an interview, and lots more, but that's beyond the scope of this basic sound video. Remember to place as much importance on the quality of your sound gear as you do your camera. Links to all the gear mentioned can be found in the description below. Lazy filmmaking. As I said, just plopping the mic on top of the camera is lazy filmmaking if you want good sound. And the top #1 excuse is, I want sound recorded into the camera along with the video so I don't have to go through the terrible, tedious process of syncing up the sound later. I'd have to respond, lame. I've done a number of videos on this, and I still hear this excuse, and in case you haven't seen my other videos, let me show you again. 1. Start your camera. 2. Start your recorder. 3. Clap your hands, snap your fingers, or use a slate to make a loud sound. That snapping sound will show up as a spike on your recorder's audio and your crappy camera audio. 4. Record your episode. Today we're going to do a review of my hand. It has multiple uses, such as grasping, counting to 5. Bring your footage into your editing program, drag the video that has the attached crappy camera audio to your timeline. Everything so far is what you would do anyway. Here's where we sync the audio. Sound sync begin. Drag the good audio recording to the timeline just under the crappy camera audio recording. Zoom into the timeline at the beginning. Find the spikes created on both audio files where you clapped or slated or snapped. Line up the spikes. Mute or remove the crappy camera audio. Done. For Premiere Pro users, you can use the sync command and it'll do it automatically, and there are plugins for various programs that do this too. For those that didn't know syncing sound was that easy, I apologize for saying it was lame, and I will never do that again. Lame. Sound editing. After I bring my footage to the computer, I open the recorded sound files in Adobe Audition, apply a multi-band compressor using the broadcast setting. It seems to enrich my voice. Then I normalize to -1 dB, run a hard limiter -3, and make sure the input boost is 0. It cuts off the high peaks. Make sure your ears don't bleed. The audio tools are also built into Premiere, but I like to see what visually is happening. I've tried all sorts of techniques, but this is the easiest and sounds the cleanest to me. But remember, that's this room using my mic, using my recorder and my voice. I'm sure some sound pro will have better ideas. If so, I'm more than willing to send you a raw file so you could show me your chops. Heck, maybe I can do a contest. Congratulations, you made it. You should now know how to get good sound with what you have, or realize you're gonna have to spend some money, or you decided to hell with it. You'll live with your crappy amateur how come no one likes my videos and everyone thinks it sucks but won't tell you sound. Here's a short recap with a few additional tips. 1. When it comes to someone talking, sound is more important than visuals. 2. Don't use the frickin' camera mic unless absolutely necessary. 3. You spent a crap ton of money on your camera and gear, time to spend some money on sound. 4. Get a good audio recorder. 5. Get a good mic that meets your needs. 6. Get that mic as close to the person's mouth as possible. 7. Garbage audio recording sucks. Get great audio up front. 8. Set your sound levels, record something, and check it, adjust as needed. 9. Put on a pair of headphones and listen for bad stuff like AC or refrigerators running. 10. Slate, clap, or snap your fingers every time you hit record. 11. Play with an audio editor and see if you can sweeten up your audio. 12. Don't be lazy. Use an audio recorder, bring your audio into your editor, and take the extra 30 seconds to sync up your sound. Final words. As I said at the beginning, I'm making no attempt to cover every possible mic, sound recorder, or audio technique, but I thought this would really help you bring your videos up to the next level. If you have a comment or question, leave it below, or send an email to thebasicfilmmaker@gmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, and StumbleUpon. And feel free to share these videos with Wild Abandon. Next Monday is Filmmaking 101 week. I'll be covering simple tips and drills on how you can become a crack video editor. Oh yeah, the lives of every being on this and every other planet depend on you hitting that subscribe button. No, that still needs work. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. For more in-depth, and these mics can use for far more, I'm more than willing to send you around. I open it in Adobe. I'm sure some sound pro. Make sure my input boost is 0. It cuts off the high beat. It cuts off the high beaks. Cuts off the high beaks. I did it again. Clap your hands. Snap your fingers. Likelihood of everyone stopping so they can they turn down the air conditioning. That's awesome. So here's my next tip. When someone does that, what you do is you just take one of these, like this thing, and you oh, never mind.